Second down, they're behind the chains. 2nd and 12, snap back, he's got it. Looking middle, looking far right, going down the right sideline, and a one-handed grab by Beckham, but he is out of bounds. And now they're going to say he's got it inside the 5 at the 4. What a catch by Beckham with his right hand. Here's Mayfield throwing, and it's Odell Beckham Jr. in the clear. 35, 40, he's to the 50, he's running to the 40, he's going into the end zone. 10, 5, touchdown, he's arrived back in the end zone at MetLife Stadium.
He just ran a little seam route right up the gut.
89 yards. OBJ!
Welcome back, Survivors. Episode 25, Season 4. This is Surviving the Season. Live from the Baywater Studios in Tampa, Florida. Adam, Greg is here.
Yo, 1-1, baby!
1-1. Browns win 23-3 over the Jets on Monday Night Football.
Lose by 30, come back, win by 20. Probably should have won by 40. Piece of cake.
You cannot be critical, okay? You probably should have won by 40. Just take the win, and you calm down, sir.
And I am very happy they won. Hey, win is a win. So, but at the same point, there's no way that the players, Freddie, or the fans should be satisfied with the product that was put out there, because we know that this team can be a lot better. There's places to improve. If you're going up against a perennial powerhouse, which is coming up here in the near future, if you look at the schedule, there's a tough little run coming up. And if we play like we played against the beaten down, bruised and battered Jets, you know, it's going to be a tough road there. It's going to be a uphill battle, because we're still making too many mistakes, too many sloppy plays. There's a definite improvement. The nice thing, though, at the end of the day, it's week 2.
Yeah.
You have plenty of time to get this thing together, and you don't want to be playing your best football now. If you're a playoff team, you want to be playing your best football when you're entering the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get into the game, let's talk a little bit about this idea of being critical, and we have a review from after last week's, a 1-star review from this motherfucker. Talk about an overreaction. What a sad overreaction to one game. Make no mistake, it was a poor performance, but my goodness, you would think this was the last game of an 0-16 season. 1 star. Because we were critical of a team that lost by 40 or 30 at home.
30 at home while committing 18 penalties. The reason why we're critical is not because we lost the game by field goal on a last-second play, or the team played really well and the other team just happened to be better. It's because we literally lost the game because of our own stupidity, our own mistakes. Those are the kind of games that when you want to be a playoff team, you just cannot do. You can't kill yourself, because you got 31 other teams out there in the league that are trying to beat you down whenever they get the chance to. So you can't be the team that just loses by themselves because the other team didn't do anything. You caused the problem.
Yeah.
That's what was so frustrating about last week.
And I don't even think we were that overly... No. I don't think we overreacted. I mean, we're doing a podcast. We have to talk about these games as they come up. If you guys just want us to sit here and rah, everything's fine, we're good, don't worry, everybody's the best. I love...
You got the wrong show.
Yeah. Even in a win, we're going to have to say some things that aren't, great. Yeah, it's a win. It's a W. We're 1-1. You can't change the record, but we have to be able to talk about this stuff. I mean, if you look on Twitter, it's crazy. If there's any sort of comment about like, wow, the Browns offense was a little shaky last night, people going crazy, like, oh, you're not a real fan. And then it goes the other way as well. The other people are just,
Sorry, guys. A win is a win, and that's all that matters. The win. Okay. Well, yeah, it would be all that matters if we weren't doing a Browns podcast talking about how we can improve and how the team can look better and what are our chances of going to the Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl with the kind of performance like we played last night. Guess what the chances? If you play like you have through 2 games, through a 16-week season, you're not a Super Bowl team. So you have to improve. So we're saying these are things that the Browns needed to improve on if we want to take the next step forward. Now, if that doesn't if that makes us a terrible fan, then so be it. But that's what our job is here.
Yeah. So that being said, we're probably going to say some critical things. But
I want nothing more than to us win every goddamn game and clobber the shit out of everybody. I mean, we started this goddamn podcast. Let me remind you, people, we went 1-31 in our first 2 years as a podcast. Okay, we did it because we love the fucking Browns. Now, all these other podcasts are popping out of the blue all of a sudden. Oh, hey, guess what? My neighbor's fucking dog, aunts, uncle, they all have podcasts. Everybody's got a fucking podcast now. Guess what? We are here doing it when the team was terrible because we saw that we're going to rip this thing to pieces. We're going to build it back up. And we were fans through all that. Now people showing up. Oh, all of a sudden, hey, guess what? I'm a season ticket holder now. I didn't show up to a game for the last 8 years. Guess who was there? We were. We were there. We were there.
Let it out.
We were doing podcasts about this shitty team. I think I can go ahead and say when they give a poor performance, when I've already said the team's going to go 12-4 in my opinion, I think I can have that opinion that, hey, that was a shitty showing by them last night. Not last night. I actually think it was a halfway decent, but I still think we have a lot of things to improve on.
Agreed. Let's talk about some wide range, in general, things that the Browns are struggling with. 9 penalties last night. It's not 18, but 9's probably still too many.
Whew, that is too many. Yeah, 27 penalties through 2 weeks. I mean, 4 of them were on Miles, and they're questionable if touching the quarterback. I mean, we've talked about it on this podcast. If I haven't said it 100 times, I've said it 150,000 times. This soft NFL that we've gotten to, this touching the quarterback rule. And I believe Baker was also, they had one, the Jets had one against Baker as well. At some point, we have to play
Adams
football.
lit him up.
Yeah. At some point, we have to play football, man. And if you're just going to make a rule, 1 out of the 11 guys that are on the team you can't touch, then put a goddamn pink jersey on the guy and put some flags on his hip, and we'll just pull that. If 280-pound Myles Garrett's coming full force at you, he needs a pull-up, and, can you not land your body weight on the guy? Oh, I'm sorry, it's called a tackle, sir. Yeah. What do you want me to do?
It's a form tackle. It's a perfect tackle.
You hit him high. Well, the one call they're saying after the game, I was listening to Freddie talk about it, and Freddie said that the refs told him that he hit him a little high. Okay, you got around the head area. Maybe that was the case. I need to go back and look at it. The other one was the body weight.
Yeah,
it was the body weight issue. There's nothing I hate more than this stupid body weight. He fell on me. Yeah, that's exactly what we're supposed to do when we tackle. There's nothing dirty about that.
As a matter of fact, the more that you tackle like that, the less people get hurt. I mean, yeah, I understand not driving the dude's shoulder into the turf that, quarterbacks are getting broken collarbones or whatever. But if you do some kind of like weird turn the guy, and I don't know, you're gonna cause different injuries. It's football in the end. We're playing football. And if these are spread out, they're probably not the end of the world. The Browns get one, the Jets get one. But if anyone saw the Denver Bears game the other night, Bradley Chubb picked one up at the end of the game. That is a good play. And then somehow the Bears win the game. I mean, that you've literally taken a win from that team on that one call.
The NFL has got to look at this. Look, if you're going to sit here, not only have they screwed up that rule, they've screwed up this whole pass interference rule where there's clearly pass interference, and they're saying, well, it's not enough of pass interference. Good luck. Why would anybody ever challenge that shit? If you're going to put a instant replay on those garbage calls of the pass interference, which is all subjective, then you might as well put instant replay on these things.
Yeah,
because that literally ruined it. Okay, one pass interference ruined the whole season for the New Orleans Saints. Well, you just ruined a whole game for the Denver Broncos on a normal play by Bradley Chubb, which is just tackling the quarterback. And next thing you know, the Bears get an automatic first down. They hit a 50-yard field goal to win the game. Good Lord, NFL, come on, get it together, man. This is. Yeah. I'm embarrassed for the NFL for this crap. It's hard to watch, and I love it. I love the NFL. I hate these nonsensical rules that they keep putting in place.
Yeah, I guess we could say, going back to penalties, Robinson had a hold. We're going to have about one of those per game, right?
He's on pace for one a game, all-time historic holding leader if his career is extended.
Yeah. But we didn't have a lot of the bad penalties that we had taken in week 1. So they did clean that up a little bit. Also, the game was a little out of hand for the Jets. The Browns didn't really have to get too crazy. I don't think there was any pass interference call on either side last night. A couple defensive holdings.
Yeah, holds.
On the
the other
Jets.
one was Miles trying to get. I want to go back and watch it. Like Miles always gets a good jump, and the one I didn't think he was even offsides, and I want to go back and look at it because he's jumping the snap, and I don't know if maybe the ref was just caught off guard. He couldn't believe that a guy got off the ball that quick. But it's okay. I mean, remember a couple years ago we played J.J. Watt, and it was basically J.J. Watt because he dominated the game so bad, and he had the same thing. He had a couple, like 2 or 3 offsides penalties, but he just took over the game. Now, this is the same thing we're expecting from Miles. If you're going to take a couple penalties like that because you're trying to get off the ball quick and you're gonna completely change the game or completely change that drive by getting a sack, then so be it. We're going to have to take it. Same thing what we were talking about with Baker a couple weeks ago when we were saying, hey, he's going to throw some interceptions because he's a gunslinger. You're going to take the bad with the good because he's pushing the ball down the field. He's trying to make big plays. Well, this is the same case for Miles here, but from a defensive end aspect of it. He's going to take some penalties on these things because he's trying to get that extra step to get around and change the whole drive.
Right. Yeah. If he's going to get 3 sacks, he can jump off sides once in a while.
Sure.
Yeah. 3 tackles for loss, 5 quarterback hits, constantly pressuring their anemic passing attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just completely dominating that left tackle, man.
Yeah. So that was the first one of the sort of the 3 big general problems that I see with the Browns. The penalties being one, third down efficiency, 4 of 13 last night. I kind of remember last year, like it didn't matter if it was 3rd and 15. I had so much faith that we were going to pick it up. And the first 2 games have been a little bit rough for third downs.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. 5 of 23 on the year, the Browns are third down conversions. There's another place to improve. Now, I'm sure somebody out there probably thinks that's just fine. We won. You can go 5 of 23. Good luck beating the New England Patriots, going 5 of 23 on third downs. Okay, good luck with it.
Yeah, we'll get into a little bit more of the play-by-play as we get into these. Some of those last week were 3rd and 20s and 3rd and 15s. Mm-hmm. Those are hard to pick up, but there was a few I thought last night that need to be picked up. Good teams pick them up. The 3rd and 3, those range, good teams pick those up. So definitely something the Browns need to clean up.
Yeah, a couple of errant. I thought Baker had an errant throw on the one. Who was it? He had a wide, I believe it was a running back that was on the Johnson again, Dearness Johnson that he missed again. I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Yeah, we might run into it as we go through the game.
Right.
Okay. I'm kind of looking for it now, but I'm not sure exactly which one. But anyway, the third big thing seems to be the Browns' inability to get a play in and get to the line and be prepared. We had 2 delay of game penalties last night, I believe.
Yep. And there could have been a couple others.
Yeah. There was 2 other ones that I remember, I think the play clock ran out and they let us get the snap off. But constantly rushing, Mayfield constantly, hurrying the line, not being able to get set.
Well, in the fourth quarter, you had the one play where we were actually called for illegal motion because guys weren't set when we were trying to rush the play in.
That was on first down coming out of a commercial break.
Right.
You got to be ready to go.
Here's the one thing we got to remember, and you can be critical of Freddie for this stuff, but at the same time, we have to remember, he's still a rookie head coach, and he has to be. If he's not recognizing this and it doesn't get fixed, then it's a problem. But we're hoping that Freddie sees the same thing that we're seeing here. Hey, we got to get this play in quicker, and he talks about it. We need to recognize problems, and we need to fix the problem. Well, that has definitely been a problem. We got to get that damn play in earlier. We got to get set. We have to let Baker read the defense. Let the defense think that we're snapping the ball and get that the movement of the defense going so Baker can read the defense properly. There was so much disguised coverage last night that they brought up numerous times on the broadcast of Greg Williams is doing this. He's giving a cover 1 look, and then they're rotating into a cover 2. Well, that's what is determining Baker on where he's going to go with this ball. So when we talk about, hey, Baker's got to get the ball out of his hands quick, he's holding on to the ball too long. He's holding on to the ball. Well, he needs to be able to read the defense properly quick to ensure that he's going to the right place. And you get your first glimpse at that before the ball's even snapped.
Right.
You want to have a good idea of where you're going with this ball before it's snapped. And now once you snapped it, you see the defense changing. Now you have to change with the the adjustments that the defense just made. But it makes it a hell of a lot easier when you got enough time to look it over. I almost wish the Browns would go to a little bit more up tempo, and maybe they will in the future weeks. So they have more than enough time. They're just calling the play at the line, and Baker can look it over, and hopefully that will help take care of some of these issues here of getting the play in late.
Well, you're definitely going to see it next Sunday night against the Rams. They get to the line right away and then figure out the play.
Yeah,
but
not only that, Sean McVay, I'm sorry to cut you off. Sean McVay is in Goff's ear while he's at the line, talking about the defensive line, the way that they're lined up, and talking about where to go with the ball or what to audible to.
Right, yeah, because you don't cut off the communication to the quarterback till what, 15 seconds?
15 seconds, yes. Yeah. They've shown that. We've seen that. If you watch anything with Sean McVay being mic'd up, you see that going on. If you go and watch the NFL film stuff, this has all been documented. This is what's happening. We're not getting up to the line of scrimmage till there's 5 seconds left, and then we're stuck in what could be a bad play we're not even able to audible out of.
Yeah.
So I'm being critical here of the way that that's being run right now, and the hope is that Freddie recognizes it as well, and then gets this thing fixed. Because that's a major issue right now.
Yeah, our boy Pete Smith from Browns Maven and Locked On Browns podcast, he wrote an article on this just about a couple hours ago, and I didn't even think of this. He mentioned that with Monken, is it Kitchens and Monken are they spending too long to get a play together? Whereas last year it's just Kitchens, all right, this is what I'm doing next, and knowing exactly what to do. And now we've, as Pete said, added an extra layer to the process of getting calls in. What do you think about that?
That's a good question. That would be
it's a great article too, by the way. Brownsmaven.com. Check them out.
If we are able to get a press pass, it's the kind of question that we could actually ask instead of what was Beckham wearing his watch tonight or something of that nature.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. That's the wrong link. It's mavensports.io/Browns, and you can find all Pete's work. Sorry, Pete.
How dare you butcher that? Yeah, I mean, that would be a good question to see, how they're doing that. I don't know what the problem is right now. It's not like the camera's on Freddie while the play is getting called or whatever, but it just definitely seems slow at this point.
Right, because Monken's
we got to speed things up.
He's upstairs, right? He's in the press box, isn't he? He's getting the above.
But he's not calling plays, though.
No, but maybe are they going back and forth? Like maybe Monken's saying, "Oh, I see this," and then Freddie's trying to call a play off of that, or whatever the case may be. Everything's late, so hopefully their process quickens. I don't even put those two together, though.
Clearly, there's a lot of Monken added on to this offense this year. We're spreading the ball out a hell of a lot more, and it could be due to necessity because, hey, you're just getting your best players out there. When you look at this tight end group, David Njoku goes out after Baker sort of left him out to dry there, but he goes out after his injury, and then you're looking at the rest of our tight ends, and you're like, gee, like Pharaoh Brown shouldn't even be on an NFL roster, and he played 23 snaps last night. That's a terrible group right there. Yeah. And I just don't know how so often with that offense of Freddie's last year, it was very run-oriented. It was very easy on Baker. If you go back to it, I mean, there wasn't a lot of things where Baker actually had to make a lot of decisions. I think he's wanting to put more pressure on Baker. He's wanting to put more things onto his plate because he thinks he's got a great passer here. And maybe Baker's just struggling with that right now and hopefully working through the process of learning this offense a little bit better. And as they play together a little bit longer and keep practicing week in, week out, this thing hopefully finds a little bit more of a rhythm. I mean, that's what it feels like to me they're missing. We're just out of rhythm so often. You get a one big splash play and then you're back to like two plays where you're just unimpressed and it leaves you wanting more, and then boom, here's another nice play. and then two mistakes or two throwaways or something, and next thing you know, we're punting.
Yeah. Like three and outs after the second half. I mean, those kind of things where you're like, yikes. I mean, we should be burying this Jets team. There was some frustration there for sure, offensively.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's not even like I'm worried about the Browns like playmate. I just expect more because I know they can play better than that.
Yeah.
Like, I have expectations of this team. Last night, the field position that we were given, the way the defense was playing, I mean, there's no reason for us to not put up 30, 40 points in that game. They just struggled really moving the ball. They just weren't consistent. I just need more consistency out of the offense.
Yeah, and maybe it will come down, like you said, Freddie's first year. He's had 2 games as a head coach. There's a lot more going on for him than he's probably used to, and he's going to learn, and it's going to get better, and the communication with upstairs is going to get better. We have that to look forward to.
We had 8 games last year of Freddie where the team was like the 3rd ranked offense in those 8 games compared to the rest of the league. Now we come into this season, we played 2 games. Things haven't, are obviously different. We're playing a different style of offense. And I look on Twitter and people are like, Freddie needs to give up play calling already. 2 goddamn games into the season. I mean, the fans, patience is a virtue, they say. Not for Browns fans, man. Patience, there is no fucking patience for a Browns fan. Just everybody relax a little bit here.
Yeah.
There are obvious things that we need to improve on, but how about we get them a chance more than 2 games into the season before we just go ahead and throw a wrench into this thing and fire everybody?
Yeah, that's the other side of the overreaction, right? Where you're just losing your mind.
Yeah. I want to see more, too. I want to see a better game plan going forward. I also want to go watch this all 22 and see, why is Baker holding onto the ball? Is it the route combinations? Is it guys aren't getting open? Look, not having Higgins in there seems to be a pretty big deal for Baker because Higgins is almost like a security blanket.
Yeah.
Not having Callaway out there also. Not having David Njoku out there. I mean, we're still missing some key pieces. Now, Odell Beckham, great. Go ahead. Keep giving him the ball. How many targets did he have last night?
10 targets.
Okay, 10. That's what I was saying. He should average 10 targets a game. Great. He's been fantastic. But Jarvis didn't really step up last night. He made a big catch, but I think he only ended up with 30-some yards.
Yeah.
Ratley had a couple catches, but what is Damian Ratley? He's not a guy that you're supposed to be relying on. You get Taywan Taylor into the game a little bit. He just got here. You're still missing some key pieces, and hopefully Higgins gets back. I think he was pretty close to even playing in this game, so hopefully he's back next week for sure because we're going to need him against L.A.
We'll see what's up with Njoku. Maybe even today they'll have some more info, but if he's out, I wouldn't be surprised if he misses this game.
Well, you land on your neck and head. Pretty similar to the Don Beebe back in the day.
Oh, God, that one was terrible.
That was against the Browns, if I recall.
I remember that. Yep. Yeah. It bounced off his head. That one was scary. All right, you want to go through the game a little?
Sure.
All right. Browns started it off with the ball. 2 quick runs to Chubb for 11, first down.
Real quick on Chubb. So he had a low average, but I felt like he had some nice chunk runs in it. Yeah, he only averaged 3.4 yards per carry. I was shocked because he had a 20-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I think he had too many negative plays.
Yeah, you're right. There was quite a few negative plays there, wasn't it?
Which is rare for Chubb, but there was just dudes in the backfield right away. We're going to talk about one of those plays when we get up to it that he took like a negative 4 or 5 loss on that should have been audible out of. Anyway, so first drive, we got to a 3rd and 3 after a Landry 7-yard catch, and Ernest Johnson had to sort of escape the linebacker. Baker ran around, hit him for 27-yard first down.
Yeah, it just doesn't look like anybody's open in the initial reads for Baker. I thought New York really did a good job on defense. I thought Greg Williams did a good job. We probably should have tried to hit the screen passes a little bit more, but like they brought up on the broadcast, there was no doubt that there was some confusion for Baker on what was going on. There was numerous times where, one time we were talking, was that a bad play? Oh, look, that was a bad read.
Yeah.
That was a bad read. So a lot of times where people go, oh, this is just terrible play calling, you forget that Baker might not be reading the field properly either. Remember, this guy's only a second-year quarterback. He's still learning, even though we have a ton of faith in Baker and we love Baker and we love where he's going to be able to take this team over the next 10 years. He's still learning.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's not Drew Brees yet.
Doesn't even have a full 16 games in, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's what you do against young quarterbacks as well, is you disguise a lot of the coverages, make it really confusing, make them hold on to the ball for a little bit longer.
Yeah, but that's what you do to even veteran quarterbacks, and they even get tricked by this stuff often.
Yeah.
That's the key to playing defense. You want them to see something. You want them to think something that you're not really showing them. You want them to think you're doing this, but you did that, and then they go, damn it, I thought they were doing that.
So it's 1st and 10, Jets 34-yard line. Chubb goes -3.
Yeah, well, there's one of your negative plays right there.
Yep. Second down, single coverage on the outside for OBJ. Mayfield, throw it. If he's single covered, throw it. Amazing catch, 35 yards.
That was sick. Absolutely sick. Odell caught it one-handed, like better than most dudes can catch with both hands.
Yeah.
I mean, he just stabbed that out of the sky.
The official nails it, that he caught it. The Browns rush to the line. So the official gets the catch, and it's not an easy one to see. It's right in front of him, though. And then he places the ball at the 5, which is about 2 yards short of where Beckham actually went out of bounds. The ball should have been spotted about the 3. His first foot was down at the 5. His second foot comes down about the 3.5, and then he rolls out of bounds. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand the spots ever, but should have been
it's
first and
so
goal from
scientific.
about the 3. He spots it at the 5. The Browns rush up there. I don't know why they were in such a hurry. I know you're worried that the team is going to throw the challenge flag, but Beckham knows he caught it. Take your time.
I would like to see a study done. This is right down Jack Duffin's alley. I want to see a study done where it is plays after what could be a reviewable play, where the offense runs to the line, and how terrible those plays really end up. Because I don't know if I've ever seen a good one. The expected points added value to those plays has to be in the negatives, because they're always terrible plays.
Yeah, he just
at
turns
most
around
you
and
expect
hands
a yard. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and the defense knows exactly what's coming.
Yeah, so you get.
Let's have something. Wouldn't it be good for a coach to go, hey, when we rush up to to one of these things, this is going to be our go-to play, and we're running this actual slant play or whatever, where it's not just a run, something different than dive to the left.
Right, so they get 0 on first down, incomplete on second down, third down. Baker had to throw it away.
This is after Odell had to come off the field. Now they wait all the way until, and he was pissed.
That third down play.
Third down play, we've been on the field for 10 minutes, and then they go, Odell, oh, wait a second, your visor is illegal. Now you have to run off the field. What? You can't just wait one more goddamn play? Are you shitting me?
Yeah, they get incomplete. Baker throws it away smartly, throws it away. Seibert knocks down one of his 3 field goals for the day, 3-0, 23-yarder. By the way, Seibert on the year, 3 of 3 on field goals, 3 of 4 on extra points. So good start here for him.
MVP.
Yeah. I mean, just the sort of the concern over that doesn't look too bad now,
Let's hold judgment until he has to make one. He needs to.
No doubt. No doubt.
No, but yes, he's been solid so far. Good job.
Kickoff, Jets start on their own 15. Bell for 5, and Garrett's first sack of the day.
So coming into this game, you got to be, they're down Darnold. We said Simeon is fine, but it took about one series, and I was like, this offense doesn't stand a chance today. This is going to be ugly for them, man.
Did you get to hear any of Simeon's, they mic'd him up, the worst player to mic up ever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, could you get anybody more boring?
Yeah. I don't remember what he said, but it was stupid. Luckily, it wasn't in the game long, so they don't have too much footage of that.
Yeah, I can't remember. He was talking about Odell's catch. Oh, he said lucky
catch.
Lucky catch.
Yeah. And Mosley looks at him like, what the fuck are you talking about? Weirdo. Get away from me.
Well, I mean, he was kind of joking there. Jeez, hate on the guy. That was his big moment being on the mic. He's like, "Oh, watch this zinger."
Yeah. Then later in the game, he sits down and sit by I don't know if that's the offensive coordinator or the quarterback coach. I got to give this defense some help.
yeah. You're the guy that's going to do it. Even the offensive coordinator is laughing. Yeah, good luck. It's like you mic up a guy. Come on, let's get the real footage. When your ankle snaps in half and you're screaming, let's get that.
Yeah.
Let's get that because let's get the real stuff. No, you're going to give us all this vanilla nonsense. I want to hear you screaming that your career has just ended.
So second down, Garrett gets his first sack of the day. He's going to get 3 on the day. He's up to 5 for the year. Take that over.
Yep, 20.
And they had to punt away.
Landry returning punts, by the way.
Yeah.
And I thought he looked good. He also had a ton of open space to run. I thought they didn't do a good job of coverage for the Jets, but Landry running hard as usual, got in a couple stiff arms. So I liked him back there. He's going to catch it, and he's going to run hard.
That's probably the part I like the best is that I know he's going to catch it. Like, he's not going to double catch it. He's not going to drop it. He knows when to call fair catch. You're just comfortable with him back there doing it where he's not going to make a mistake.
Hopefully not. Yes. And he actually has. I remember in Miami, he returned one to the house. So, he's not the fastest guy in the league, but man, if you give him a lane, he'll run through there.
Yeah, he'll make some people miss too. Yeah, this is just part of us having the ball in great field position. We start on our own 48, Chubb for 2, incomplete pass, and then another incomplete pass.
That's when Njoku gets injured, by the way.
Yep. So, Njoku's already out. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Then on 3rd and 8, roughing on Jamal Adams.
Jamal Adams, he might have had as many penalties as Myles Garrett. He was called for back-to-back offsides in the fourth quarter, if you recall.
Yeah, and they took him off the field, and he was fucking pissed.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yep. Yeah, they
took
him
Williams.
off the field.
Maybe they'll trade him to us.
Nowadays, this is what all the athletes do is he unfollowed the Jets on Twitter, so it's big news now. Such a silly thing to do, but yeah, that comes out in the media. We'll see what happens there with Adams. He was definitely
imagine being the guy on Twitter that just checks people to wait. Like you wait there until they unfollow, and then you're like, I got him. Yeah. I got another one. Yeah. Jamal just unfollowed. I've been checking bios all day. I found one.
Yeah, Taco Charlton, I think, was the other one out in Dallas this past weekend. Yep.
I can't tell you one bio I've ever read on the friggin' Twitter ever. Not one. I don't look at it. Who's checking these things? Well, I remember yesterday when I was reading his bio for the 17th time, and I looked today again, and his bio was changed.
Some poor intern for the the radio station that covers the team has to click through those dudes' profiles all day to make sure they're still following the team.
Jamal, this is Mike with the Twitter squad over here with the Jets, and I would like to talk to you about you changing your bio. If you don't mind putting that you like the Jets still back out there so this thing doesn't turn into a whole process of the media coming after us. What do you think, Jamal?
That's actually pretty good. I'm sure that's almost exactly how it goes.
If you don't mind me asking, Jamal, but I noticed you changed your Twitter bio.
1st and 10 on the Jets 35 after the roughing. Chubb for 1. Short pass to Harris for 4 yards. His only target, his only catch, 1 catch, 4 yards. 3rd and 5, Beckham gets held, and Mayfield throws it over his head. But Beckham was open there. Should have been a call, but Mayfield can make that throw. Those are the ones that I'm like, damn, he's just so accurate. I don't know why he's missing that. Maybe that's them trying to get more chemistry. Baker, I think, expected him to break it towards the end zone, and Beckham broke it towards the sideline.
Okay, yeah, that one I'm going to circle so I go back and watch. But yeah, it just seems when Baker's missed early so far, he's missed high. He's an accurate quarterback. You're not going to be accurate 100% of the time. So might just be something that he continues to work on and needs to get the ball a little bit lower on a lot of these passes.
Yep. So 4th down, 48-yard try. Good. 6-0 Browns in the first quarter. Nothing good on the next Jets. They go 3 and out again. 2 consecutive 3 and outs.
Can we just skip? We might as well just skip all of the Jets. Yeah. Did they do anything good all night?
And then our boy Chad Thomas gets in the he gets a stat Landry runs it back to the 39. Chad Thomas picks up a flag.
Now, I'll have you know he had a tackle last night. He actually, there was a run play that he stuffed too. But,
no kidding.
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
It was he got 19 snaps on defense last night.
Oh,
but yeah,
nice.
he had a run play. And so the big talk is Avery. Where's Jannard Avery?
Yep.
Why do you have Chad Thomas in there and you have Jannard Avery out? Well, I'm going to give you my one theory. This could be completely wrong. This could be way off base. But the only thing I'm thinking of why you wouldn't have Avery play against Tennessee and then play against New York is because you're thinking this is going to be a run-heavy game by that team, and they're not going to be able to throw the ball very much. It's the only reason that I think that you don't have him in there. So I fully expect him to be active for this next game against LA. Now, if my theory's wrong, then he'll be inactive. If my theory is right, he'll be out there and somebody else is going to be sitting because it's going to be a pass-heavy team with LA compared to these first two games. They're not really worried about New York with Trevor Siemian coming out there throwing the ball, around the field on you. And we already know what Tennessee was. We know Tennessee's a power run team.
Yeah.
So Chad Thomas plays the run well because he's a big. He's a tweener. He's almost the size of a defensive tackle playing defensive end. He's not going to give you much in the pass rush, but he can play the run. We know that. So that's my only. We'll see. We'll see how this thing plays out.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm not too concerned so far that they've just completely given up on Jannard Avery.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, he would make sense against the Rams, who are going to be more pass heavy.
Yeah, and they're going to run 11 personnel. They're going to have 3 wides out there all the time. They're going to be, and then when they do run, it's going to be a lot of zone read stuff. They're going to be in more pass plays than they are run.
Yeah.
I don't even know. What did the Jets? I know Bell had like 31 total touches.
21 carries, 68 yards. Le'Veon Bell had 10 receptions on 10 targets for 61 yards. So 31 touches, 129 yards.
Yeah. And that's probably, they go, hey, if we got to stop this Jets team, we got to stop that run game first.
Yeah.
Not saying that's right. It's just my theory.
You might be right there. So Browns take over on their own 27. Chubb gets 8. And then a really interesting play that I really liked. It's a screen pass to Chubb. They fake Landry left and get the left side of the offensive line moving left. And then 2 offensive linemen leak to the right. And then Chubb gets the ball. And boy, did he have some space there. Unfortunately, it took a little bit of time to get up to speed as the offensive lineman didn't really clear, and Chubb got tackled from behind. But that one could have went for big yardage. I'm surprised they didn't go back to that one later in the game, too.
Yeah. Who would have thunk it? You could beat Greg Williams' defense with a screen. But yes, I also thought that was a well drawn up play, and I thought it should have went for more, but it didn't quite work out. But it's still first down.
Yeah, you got 6 yards first down out of it. Browns own 41, couple incomplete passes. Chubb for 5 on second down and 3rd and 5.
Now, this was the one where I believe OBJ ran. This wasn't the screen pass. I believe this is when he ran the slant, right?
Yep, you're 100% right, yeah.
Yeah, because now this is where Baker he's thinking the Jets are doing one thing and they do another, and then he's thinking they're in man and Beckham's going to be wide open, but they ended up being in zone, and I believe the defenders switched guys.
Yep.
So Baker was expecting the one defensive back to follow the other guy, and instead he came over to Beckham, and it's just one of those plays where it's a misread. And that's going to happen from time to time. Now, you're just hoping. I want to go back and see if there was time on the clock, actually, so Baker could properly read it, also, because that's the one thing we were talking about. Are they leaving him enough time to get up to the line and read exactly what's going on? Maybe he would have got something that would have tipped him off if he did. So that would be one thing to go look. But that was more of a bad read than it was a bad play call.
Yeah, so that we've had to punt. Let's see, Jets get the ball.
They had a roughing on 3rd and 9. We would have been off.
Yeah, that's right. 3rd and 9, Garrett had the roughing. Then they sort of self-destructed. They had a holding on 1st down after kind of a long pass.
31, to Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson is a nice little receiver. He's quick. He had a decent game for, better than anybody else on that receiving squad from the Jets.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson, 4 receptions on 6 targets, 81 yards. Burnett got a sack it was 2nd and 21, I believe. Then there was a delay of game. They were deep in their own territory.
Yeah.
Draw played a bell, and they had to punt.
3rd and 33. Boy, that was a swing. That was us last week.
Yeah, Browns get the ball. Beginning of second quarter, our own 48. Again, great field position. Landry tripped trying to go up the middle. I don't know if he had more room there. He was pissed, banging his hand on the field. First down play, OBJ, outside post, wide open, 20 yards.
Yeah, easy money. What was his total yardage yesterday? Because he had a big one.
6 receptions, 161 yards, and the score.
Yeah, and he's got 13 catches for 232 yards on the year so far. So yeah, I mean he's right there for his 1,800-yard season. The problem is, so when you look at that, Odell's got 13 catches, 232. Jarvis is second on this list with 7 catches for 99 yards. We really need somebody to step up.
Yep.
We need the second guy to step up, and it feels like if Jarvis isn't going to get this done, we need Higgins to get back in there, or we need Callaway to get back in here. But somebody's got to step up and take over this second option.
Agree. First down play, Jets 32-yard line. It's a 10-yard sack. I just wrote down Greg. I don't know. Yeah. I don't really remember the play.
You probably were mad at me for something. I'm not sure.
No, Greg Robinson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Greg Robinson got absolutely just run around basically by Terrell Basham on that play. And then I get on Twitter. I was thinking, all right, here we go. Can't wait for people to tell us how we have to start chipping Terrell, the great pass rusher Terrell Basham. Like, give me a friggin' break, man. We can't even throw the ball downfield because we can't protect long enough to get there. Now, PFF actually credited Baker for that sack, which could be up for debate. I mean, this is a subjective thing. But, I mean, Greg Robinson really didn't give much of an effort there.
Yeah. I'm not sure what
that play
happens. Yeah, circle it up. We'll go back to it. 2nd and 20, Chubb, one of his 4 catches, goes for 13 yards. Chubb had 4 catches on 4 targets for 36 yards on the day. 3rd and 7, I think it was a pass to D'Ernest Johnson for 4 yards or 5 yards, and the Browns had a 4th and 3 on about the 24-yard line of the Jets. You surprised they didn't kick a field goal there?
No, I like Freddie's. I like how aggressive he is. You're supposed to go for these in today's NFL. You're supposed to, like, the numbers are with you. The analytical numbers say go for this. Make this a 7. Put this, get 7 out of this, not 3. You're giving away points if you kick the field goal here. Yeah,
I love it. I was all for it. Let's go for it. He brings Beckham in motion, and Beckham's just supposed to really just catch the ball in the flat and get the 3 yards. But
it almost looked like he was there. I'm surprised Baker didn't throw the ball to him. I'm not sure why he didn't. Maybe the defensive end might have been in Baker's. Not that he was in his face as a rusher, but maybe Baker didn't think he was going to get the ball around him. I don't know. That's another one circling it. I want to go back and see it, but we got lucky. We got bailed out by a defensive holding.
Yeah. Taywan Taylor had run basically clearing out that flat. And then as he came back to the ball, he got held. So we picked up the first down there. Next play, Chubb, 20 yards, score it. Extra points good, 13-0. Really, really good run blocking on that play. I loved what Treader did to Seal, Batonio Seal. Everyone blocked somebody. It's just one of those ones where it looks awesome that everyone sort of just did their job. Everyone won that rep.
Yeah.
And Chubb just off to the races.
Chubb avoiding tackles again there. I mean, there's a big lane, but I think he also broke a couple on that. He's just good. I mean, Chubb is so damn good at taking contact and staying on his feet and getting forward after that. He had six tackles avoided last night on 18 runs.
Yeah, I'm really surprised he only had 62 yards. It seemed like he had more, but like we said, some of those negative plays. 13-0 pretty much seemed like the game was over.
Yeah, I honestly, I said the same thing to my wife, Teresa. I was like, this is basically over. I just can't see the Jets doing anything. They look terrible.
Yeah.
The best thing that happened to the Jets might have been Simeon getting hurt.
Right, yeah, and getting to see Luke Falk.
Yeah.
Yeah, who actually did okay. 20 of 25, 198 yards.
I mean, once he got in there, somehow, because at one point, the Jets were sitting at negative yards. And we were a good chunk. I mean, we were past the first quarter. We were well into the second quarter. They had negative yardage from what I recall. Somehow they ended up with 262 yards. My mind was blown when I saw that. I was thinking, geez, if they would have put together two halves like that, would they had 500 yards?
Yeah.
Where did this yardage come from?
Yeah, well, this next drive that they got after our score is about the only one that they put anything together.
Right.
What's his name? Murray lines up offsides on the first play of that drive.
Yeah.
That
Just
was interesting.
That was boneheaded, but it happens. If you recall, Carl Nassib lined up offsides against the Bears a couple of years ago. The pass was intercepted by Miles, ran for a touchdown, and called back because Carl was lined up in the neutral zone. So I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, kind of hilarious. And basically, the Jets just gave the ball to Bell or passed the ball to Bell. Pretty much all the way down the field, they got to the Browns 30. They had a hold. They stalled. 46-yard field goal is good. 13-3. Just
probably a good idea.
Minutes.
if I'm the Jets, probably just give the ball to Bell. Yeah. That's about all you can do.
Yeah, so the Browns take over. 3 minutes to go in the half. Their own 25. Chubb -2. Again, starting behind the sticks.
Yeah.
Incomplete pass, 3rd and 12. Baker hits Ratley for 21 yards.
Yeah, this kind of speaks to the Browns' night of just sloppiness. -2, incomplete. Oh, first down when we get 21.
Yeah, get bailed out.
And then incomplete, and 6 yards punt. That's the kind of game it felt like. It's like we're just not putting things together consistent. We have no rhythm. We're hitting some of these nice big plays here. You need those chunk yardage like that. But we're just not. We're not getting. You know how they say, really, you need Baker just at times to just take the easy one.
Yeah.
Keep us going positive. Take anything that's there, and instead of trying to maybe do too much and trying to push the ball down the field too often, let's just take a couple of these easy plays, keep the sticks moving forward, and live to play things a little bit safer, I guess. Sometimes I just think we're almost trying to do too much.
Yeah, you can turn those 3rd and 10s, 3rd and 12s into 3rd and 6s and 3rd and 4s.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to, take the easy one, get some positive yardage, and then move the sticks and get another series.
I mean, this is what we thought was going to be a nice drive here at the end of the half, put some points on the board, and next thing you know, we're punting, giving the Jets an opportunity to put points on the board at the end of the half.
Yeah, Jets start on their own 8. The Hammer, punting well, 2 games in, another good night of punting. So that's looking good so far. That's all we have to say about the punter. Jets will take over at their own 8. 1 minute to go. Bell for 2, timeout Browns. They throw an incomplete pass. 3rd and 8, delay of game. 3rd and 13, they just hand the ball to Bell. Browns use their 3rd timeout, and the Jets have to punt it away. Browns get the ball back, 35 seconds at the Jets' 40.
Yeah, and we had good field position like this all day. That's why I feel like we should have had way more points put up. We should have scored more than 23 points.
Yeah. Yeah, 1st and 10 is incomplete. 2nd and 10, there's a holding on Greg Robinson.
What's new?
Nobody surprised. So it's 2nd and 20. That goes incomplete. We have 3rd and 20 with 20 seconds. Somehow Jarvis Landry is standing in the middle of the field with nobody around him, and Baker hits him for a 25-yard gain.
Again, you're talking 3rd and 20. Now, if that's not sloppy offense, I don't know what is.
Right. There's no way we're supposed to get points out of this, but Landry gets tackled. We spike the ball, 43-yard field goal. It's good. 16-3. Let's go to the half.
Yeah, we went in at 16-3, and I felt like we didn't play very good in the first half. We're up 13.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, it was like, I just really wanted to come out of the break and have a couple good sustained drives, something that we could feel good about going into this weekend,
Put something together, get a little rhythm going. I mean, defensively, there was, they played very solid. There was nothing that the Jets could do. It felt like it was over because you didn't have to worry about Jets moving the ball. But at the same point, this is an opportunity for the offense to put something together. Once we get into the fourth quarter and Baker's still out there, you got to think that's what Freddie's doing also. Yeah. He's still trying to build something. He's trying to get a little momentum with this offense.
Jets start the second half with the ball. First down, sack by Garrett. Ruins that drive. They'll go 3 and out. Garrett's just a monster. Again, the first down, sack. This is why you spend your first overall pick on a guy that can pass rush, because it effectively ends that drive.
Yep, it's ruined.
The Browns are going to get the ball back on their own 46, incomplete, Chubb for 8, 3rd and 2, sack.
You hear that? Browns get the ball in their 46.
Yep.
It was like that all night. The field position, if there was a starting field position average, we crushed them last night.
Yeah. Yeah, so Chubb gets the 8, just 3rd and 2. I don't remember the sack.
Well, it's more of a Baker run, if you recall. He tried to, whatever he was looking at wasn't there, and he just tried to run with it. He tried to tuck it and go. And counts as a sack, but really it's a quarterback run.
Okay.
At that point.
I gotcha. So then we go 3 and out, and you're like, what the fuck? I thought we were going to...
Yeah, I thought we were going to string something together. Let's go.
Yeah. So another good punt pins them at their own 13. First down, sack by Garrett. Ruins another drive. They're going to go 3 and out. That would be Garrett's 5th sack on the year. Beautiful. Browns are going to get the ball back on their own 34. All right, we're going to do it this time. This is the drive we're going to put together.
We're putting it together. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sustain a drive with the run game. What do you think?
Chubb for 2, a Chubb pass for 4, 3rd and 9. We had a 3rd and 4, and there was a delay of game, one of 2, I believe, on the night. And then an incomplete pass, 3 and out. Back-to-back 3 and outs for Browns offense is pretty much unacceptable.
Yeah, and Monday Night Football is becoming unwatchable after 4 3 and outs.
Yeah, everyone's falling asleep. Fuck it, turn it off.
This is terrible.
Yeah, it's 23 or it's 16 to 3, whatever it was, and it's just 3 and outs. Let's just go to bed. Jets start on their own 29. Robbie Anderson, one of his long catches. He got a first down on 3rd and 5.
A couple plays later,
Yeah, a couple plays later. They threw a screen pass to Ty Montgomery that was blown up. Nice to see the Browns play the screens well. I think they had 2 or 3 blown up.
That was Kirksey, right? I believe so. On that one. Yeah, he there was a couple times where he was really getting to the ball quick. He's really doing a good job of getting through the line. Now, Pro Football Focus has him down for 3 missed tackles. So if that's the case, I know one for sure that I remember. I remember Schobert missing one, but that's going to be something he's got to clean up, and they have him bad for a bad coverage grade. I'll have to go back and see that. When you watch the All-22, you can actually see this stuff, but it's tough to see from the broadcast angle. But that was a good play there.
Yeah, Bell ran it for 3. 3rd and 3 incomplete. They're inside the Cleveland 20. 4th and 3, they got to kind of go for it. They got to try to get something going. And
yeah, Bell gets like...
just short.
Yeah, he gets like 2.5.
So that will go back to the Browns' turnover on downs. Browns will take over on their own 11. How about another sustained drive?
Yeah, a nice long one.
Yeah, fake handoff, quick slant to OBJ. Good night.
OBJ said after the game that his hammies were tight, and he in his press conference he was saying, "I didn't know if I was going to make it there, but my hammies held up and looked pretty good." They said he clocked over 21 miles an hour. So that's pretty solid.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think we said that before the season.
Yeah.
Beckham's going to house a couple slants, right? Like we knew.
Yep.
I don't know what that free safety was doing. Did you see his angle?
Yeah, he was playing 40 yards back, like in Greg Williams' defense. What are you talking? That's what he was doing.
Yeah. He's protecting against the long pass, and they go for 89 yards.
Yeah, they forgot about the intermediate pass that runs, and the guy runs by you. Crap. Forgot about that part of the... It's not always the long passes that get you. That must be why Odell wears that watch, so you can keep time. He probably clocked it right then. 21 miles an hour I ran there.
I heard he didn't wear the watch last night. Is that confirmed?
I have no idea. I don't care. I was just joking.
Yeah. I think he took it off.
Who knows?
Probably just so no one will talk about it.
Good for him.
Jets quick 3 and out. Browns quick 3 and out. Anything?
He was obviously faster without it.
Yeah, no doubt.
So back-to-back 3 and out. So wait a second. We had 3 and outs with a OBJ 89-yard touchdown mixed in.
Yep.
Okay. That is not sloppy offense, according to Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, that OBJ sort of effectively ended the game while we played shitty offense for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So I think that's where we can be we can go, yeah, all right, we won, and OBJ had a good day, but what else did we do? Because all I see is a bunch of 3 and outs on here.
Right.
After that 3 and out, what did the Jets do? Oh, they turned the ball over on downs.
Yep.
They put a couple yards together. At this point, they're just trying anything. They came up short on 4th and 4. Browns start 13 minutes to go in the fourth. Browns on their own 43. Chubb got a first down. Beckham got a first down. And then Baker threw his pick.
Yeah, which at this point, you could question why we're even throwing at all. But how much time is there on the clock? Still 10 minutes or so?
11 minutes. We were at the Jets 31. It was
okay,
first and 15. There was a illegal shift, I believe, on the Browns, or maybe a delay game.
Yeah, no, it was a legal shift where they weren't set, remember?
Okay.
And then they snapped it. They weren't set because the clock was running down. That was the one we were talking about where they came out of break or something, right?
I don't know. Either way.
At this point, the game's over.
Yeah, Chubb went for 1, so it was 2nd and 14. Now Baker wants to throw it down the field, and that's the one. He might have forced it in there. Dude was
looked
all
like
over.
He's high again to me.
Yep, it was high. The dude was all over Beckham's back. He got his hand on it, tipped it into the air, and caught it himself. Jets take over on their own 40. Then they put together a drive where it ends. Crowder had his only good catch of the day, a 30-yarder on 3rd and 5. And then Le'Veon Bell got stripped by Schobert, I think.
Yeah, was he crying on the sideline?
I don't know.
I thought I saw Le'Veon Bell crying on the sideline. He was that upset over this game. Like, got Trevor Siemian out there and some other Luke Falk, man. What do you expect's going to happen?
Yeah.
He really wanted it bad, I guess.
Interesting. It was a weird fumble. It kind of went up into the air. Carey just caught it.
Yeah. Who knocked that ball out?
I think Schobert.
Schobert, okay.
Yeah.
Schobert, how many tackles did he have on the game? He had quite a few.
Let's go through Schobert. Schobert showing 10 solo tackles and 1 tackle for loss.
Nice.
13 total tackles on ESPN's numbers.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Mac Wilson got into the game, got some playing time, couple tackles. Sheldon Richardson, couple tackles, played pretty solid. Now, the one thing, again, we didn't see much out of like Olivier Vernon from like filling up the stat sheet or anything. He had 4 pressures on the game. Graded very well by Pro Football Focus. This is something I'll check out when I go back. I didn't see him making a ton of plays. And Greedy Williams also grading out fantastically with Pro Football Focus, 87.5 in coverage.
Damn. Yeah, he played all game, right? Greedy played all game.
63 snaps out of the 64.
Okay.
Yep.
And Denzel probably played a lot too, right? So
Denzel played every snap.
Okay, so who was off the field? What's his name?
Mitchell,
yeah.
Mitchell, yeah. He played, I don't see any snaps for him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, 0 snaps for him. TJ Carey played 36.
That's interesting to have Mitchell off the field the whole game.
Jermaine Whitehead played every snap last night. I didn't know that either.
He played for Randall.
I thought that was going to be more Eric Murray, but Eric Murray only played 41. So, yeah, Whitehead must have.
I think he was playing free. Did Redwine get a couple regular defensive snaps?
Played 8 snaps. Okay. He did.
Yeah, interesting. Though the secondary is a little bit easier to see in the all 22 than it is rewatching the game to see what they did.
It's the only way you can even watch it. I hate the normal broadcast view. I still you can't really judge where you. I'm a little worried about this secondary though, and you can't really judge it on this game because you're going up against quarterbacks that really can't play. So this is a big test coming up on Sunday night. We're going to find out what this team's made of. We can sit here and say, they shot themselves in the foot week 1 and there's place to improve yet, but you're going to find out there's no hiding when you go and you play LA.
Yeah.
You're going to find out exactly what this team is made of and who they truly are because they're going to be trying to play their best game. LA is going to be trying to play their best game and it's going to separate. What are we? We're going to find out what we are.
Well, we'll have to see what's up with Mitchell. I'm sure he's probably going to play some. I don't know. I mean, if Greedy and Denzel graded out as well as they did, maybe that's your 2 starters going forward.
Greedy even had some tackles in there. So
yeah, I got Greedy for 2 solo, Denzel for 4 solo.
And Greedy made a couple mistakes last week. He's a rookie. You're going to have some mistakes. So hopefully you learn from those mistakes and you show up the next week and improve.
Yeah, I got really nothing for the last couple drives. There's the
only thing I was going to say add to that is where you're still throwing the ball late in the game with Baker. There's no reason for him to be in there. He takes a sack and that I don't know what Freddie is thinking there. If Baker gets hurt, I mean, he's going to face a shitstorm.
Yeah.
Freddie would.
Third and
because of
8
that.
from the Jets' 33-yard line at the 2-minute warning, and you're taking a sack?
Yeah, and they asked Freddie about it, and he said, well, I just really wanted to get the first down.
Okay.
So, I mean, go ahead and take that answer for what it is. I think that Freddie didn't like what he saw with the offense. He was trying to get the offense more work and trying to put some things together. You can be very angry about that and go, what the hell are we doing? That is a rookie mistake by a coach, I think.
Yeah.
He should probably be out of that game.
There was also a play in this last drive that Chubb got annihilated, right?
Thank you for reminding me of that. I forgot. I felt the hit, and I had a little concussion-like symptom and forgot about that play. But yes, Chubb got absolutely annihilated by Jamal Adams.
On the 3rd and 10, right?
Yeah,
He picked up the first down, but he got crushed.
The broadcast team doesn't even talk about it, but I'm like, dear God, Chubb has got to be concussed after that. Well, now we're not going to have him for next week. We already don't have Hilliard. What are we going to do? Chubb ends up coming back into the game. So it must be that oversized helmet he's wearing, the one where he looks like Dark Helmet from Spaceballs.
Oh, shit, that's funny. Breaking news, Trevor Simeon's out for the season.
How did he walk off? Did you see the Jet staff let him walk? It had to be broken.
I thought it was.
It was disgusting. And that's what happens when you let a player's body weight fall on another's.
Yeah. So quickly, let's run through a couple stats. Let's talk about Baker's night. 19 of 35, 325 yards, touchdown and a pick. He was sacked 3 times.
Not good. I mean, when you're looking at a yardage aspect, we expect more out of Baker, and we know he can play better. There's still some throws he's missing. There's room to improve there.
Yeah. Talked about Chubbs. Dearness Johnson, 3 carries for 8 yards. I think we pretty much covered all these. Let's see, the Jets. Crowder, who had, 100 yards in week 1 on tons of targets.
19 targets or some craziness like that.
40 yards last night. Ty Montgomery, 3 carries for 25 yards. They had 24 rushes total for 93 yards. So just a little under 4 average. I guess that's good enough defense there.
Well, yeah, we'll see when we go to face Baltimore what it's like it will be a good test for the Browns to face a really good run team where they're going to power it right at you. We're not necessarily built to defend the power run game. So the Ravens, we've seen, they're 2-0. We're in second place at 1-1, and Pittsburgh and Cincinnati are both 0-2 with Ben Roethlisberger being out for the season.
Yeah.
So it's there for the taking, but Baltimore is not going to lay down for us. Now, they haven't played anybody good, so there is, you can look at that in any way that you want, so that, they still have to prove themselves against a good team. But that, by all aspects, looks like the team that's going to be the team to beat for us. That's going to be the one that matters the most when it comes down to it.
If you want to, if we do a little standings watching, it wasn't a bad week for the Browns. The Steelers 0-2, Bengals 0-2, Colts beat the Titans, so those teams are 1-1. The Chargers lost to Detroit, so they're 1-1, and Denver's 0-2. So the AFC not looking great. Buffalo's 2-0 as well. They beat the 2 New York teams, so we'll see what they have when they actually play some teams.
Yep.
New York Giants have benched Eli, so Daniel Jones era is underway in New York. What a disaster for that organization. Why Eli is even in there these 2 games, who knows what the fuck they're doing down there. I don't feel bad about it.
$20-some million are paying them.
Yeah, Miami 0-2. They've got about 45 draft picks next year. Traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Steelers after Roethlisberger's out for the season for next year's first.
Whew, I hope it's a top 5 pick. I hope the Steelers completely implode, which is probably unlikely, let's be honest. But because what's his name came in, actually did a halfway decent job. The kid from Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
Can't think of his name.
Yeah,
Mason Rudolph. Thank you.
Kept it close. Seattle couldn't get away.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking Seattle was going to wrap that up. It's interesting. Big matchup for the Browns this weekend to see. Browns got, I would say, 5 in a row. Tough. At home against the Rams, at the Ravens, at the Niners on a Monday night, I believe.
Seattle smoke the Niners.
And then the bye, and then the Patriots on the road. So
sounds like 6 wins to me. Or is that 5?
Yeah. He's
We won't win the bye.
Anything else that we didn't cover that you want to cover?
Nope. Think that is all.
Great. Oh, Browns news. Stanton is on the IR.
Oh, now that is how you work the IR system.
It's called it's called padding the roster, isn't it?
Jesus, how do you hurt your knee? He doesn't even practice, does he? My God, injured knee holding the clipboard.
Yeah, so that'll allow him to get paid and still work around the building if that's what they want.
Yes, and you know what the Browns are saying. You know what John Dorsey is telling you, people. Drew Stanton is a terrible quarterback, and he knows it, and and Garrett Gilbert is better. The only reason Drew Stanton is here is because he's the extra quarterback coach. He just got a promotion. This is a promotion for him.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to put on those hot pads anymore. He can be comfortable.
Right. He can just wear a hat out there. Yeah, it'd be great.
And warm up. Hey, John, I'm sick of warming up. This is bullshit. Got to earn your $2.5 million, sir.
Yeah, right. As soon as we go off here, there'll be all the Browns news will flow in. So we'll catch that up on Thursday, I guess.
Yep, we will. We'll go over this game film and see what's going on with this Browns offense and see what we can do. But this week, man, we're going to find out. So everybody can have all their theories and everybody can think this or that about the Browns and you can say this or that and hey, don't talk bad or do talk bad or whatever the hell. It doesn't matter. When it comes to this Sunday and you're facing a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, a team that's very well coached, a team that has stars all over both sides of the field, both sides offense and defense, you're going to find out what this team is made of.
Yeah.
So we're fine. This is the test we've been waiting for.
I'm looking forward to it. I wish it wasn't Sunday night, but...
Well, you got to get used to this playing prime time now that we're a good team.
Oh, yeah. That's right. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Appreciate you listening, supporting the show. Got a W. So
that's right.
That's awesome. What's our Twitter?
You can hit us up on Twitter at STS Podcast. Our email is
survivingtheseason@gmail.com, patreon.com/STS Podcasts. If you want to support the show, again, shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Hopefully this show sounds really awesome because this is on our new mixer.
Boom!
Compliments to you. We really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah, got that little buzz out of there. We apologize for that, but man, Adam, thank God he knows what he's doing, this audio shit. If I was doing it by myself, this thing would be a total mess.
Barely know what I'm doing. Barely.
Well, sounds good to me every time I listen back. So thank you.
Yeah. All right. Tell them what we say.
Keep on surviving.